Hey everybody, if you're watching the replay, don't forget to follow and not just like. That way it will notify you when I go live or if we have a new video. But thanks so much. Happy Thursday. I am going to try to pull you up on my laptop so that way I can turn my comments off on here, which I think I already have. But don't forget when you do jump on to is live. There we go. I want to be able to pull you up to say where you're from. Hey Pat. Let's see, Arlene, Diane, Lisa, hello Helen, hello Lynn from Pensacola. I don't know why I remember where you're from. Maybe it's because my sister's name's Lynn. Okay, so he said to touch this right here and it will bring the comments up for me. Comment. No. Hey, Neely, are you already back? My baby has left me and my stir baby is gone, y'all. All right, I want to jump on a few minutes early tonight because I'm so excited. Neely can attest how excited I am. I walked in the door and you'd have thought I'd won the lottery, but I was so excited because I stopped by the Dollar Tree because I was looking for these particular tins. It comes in their yard, like their springtime potting. They have pots in their soil, seeds, garden, and I wanted to get some of these. And I always say, I'm going to run back to the back and just check if they ever have those finger protectors. Went into the craft section and it is huge now. So Waynesboro, hey Cindy from Indianapolis, Indiana. South Carolina, Michigan, that we have a craft center now in our local Dollar Tree. I am so excited, y'all. I got one of everything, but I wish I could have just scooped up the whole thing and brought it home. It was so awesome. So I wanted to show you a few things I got because it's awesome. They had different wood pieces, and they almost are like an ornament. They come on this string, but it's this shape. But for whatever reason, they're pretty thick, and they're real wood. I don't know. These will probably be hard. I tend to want to cut these and make them into other shapes, but there's really nothing you can do to this. You could sand them, but I don't think you could really shape them. But they had three different. They had a heart. This is kind of just like a scrolled shape frame and a star. Now, if you see the stars, it was in the craft section, so I take it it's going to be something they're going to have a lot of. So for Christmas, 4th of July, grab you a couple of these. All right, y'all, you can tell I'm just so excited. They also had some of these pressed. They're pressed, cardboard material, but they're pretty hard like wood. They had three different shapes. I did grab a couple of the butterflies because I like butterflies, but I did grab the owl for you to see. They also had a dog in there, but I forget, it's like a little Scottish dog. And I don't even have anybody in my family that has that type of dog. But they also had these squares, which are kind of like Jenga blocks, and these really come in handy. I was able to get one pack like 6 months ago, and I used just about all of them because they make good little stands for your projects. They're just little pieces of square wood, and you get 36 pieces in here. So pick up here a couple of those. And y'all, they had this, which was so awesome. From Mississippi, Dolores from Georgia, Knoxville, Debbie. Okay, and they're called, now they had stencils. I got one of each. This is how many they had. I got one of each. These are actually like little rub-on transfers. I guess you could probably do a whole piece of wood if you wanted to have like a busy background, but you actually can just cut, like say the feeling good at the top, just cut that off and you rub it on just about any surface. But they had like a birthday one, the gold ones were different. They had some letters in the gold, different fonts. And these are just all kind of just maybe, this has a lot of things to do with food. Bon appetit. I really love the plate and the forks. That would be really good. And y'all, these were just $1. And this is kind of more of a 4th of July. Now, they had these in the craft section, so I take it it's something they're going to have all the time. And they had several different fonts of stencils for just A, B, and C. You know how terrible I am at letters. 3 different fonts, lowercase, a cursive, and this would tend to be smaller. Now, this is the only one I saw with words on it, but they're not sticky, so it's not going to stick like a, like a real expensive stencil does. But just to get away with just like a quick letter or whatever, I think they'll be perfect. Tennessee, East Texas. All right, somebody from Houston, Texas. All right, so I just wanted to show you those, but it looks like I just got one of each of every one of them they had. Now, they had a lot of different stickers, but I usually am not a sticker person unless it's that cling transfer. I mean, the window clings that has like a clear background, because you can actually paint over or decoupage on it and make it stick on your projects. All right, another thing they had, and I wanted to grab this jute. I kept showing you, I think I have one left, but in the automotive part of your Dollar Tree, you'll get these jutes. And they're like 3 rolls, and there's a lot on this. And so I would always say grab this. It's rare that you're gonna use like a smaller jute, but they're good to tie bows. And when you're doing a project where you have to have a lot, this is really good. I don't know why it's in the automotive section. If you have husbands that fix cars, that can answer that question, because I don't think you would put anything that could burn or anything in your vehicle, but it's in the automotive part. And this was something new that I had not seen. I think I'd seen little bitty containers, but in their craft section, they actually had glitter. And meant for crafts, like it comes with a pop lid, and you would just shake it out. These are the different colors they had: hot pink and red, green, gold, silver, 2 different kind of purples, or a light pink and a purple, and then a green. So I grabbed those so you could see it. I'm not really a glitter person, but I thought, just for $1, we keep a little supply of it. All right. So, and I love these tins, the taller too. They're good if you want to make any kind of flower arrangement, especially a rustic in the fall, where you have cotton arrangements. This as galvanized metal is just really good to have. You can actually poke a few holes in it and put real, plants in it if you want to. This jute around the top, you can cut off if you didn't like that, but this is kind of good for flower arrangements or getting cut flowers out of your yard. But they have a ton of them in their, spring gardening section. That's kind of the big thing in our Dollar Tree right now. It is just glitter or glue glitter. No, it is glitter. They do have like some glue glitter in there in these little like pencil things that I saw, but that is just plain glitter. I really like the little containers they're in. I thought that if I... because they actually have like a little squeeze. The bottle will squeeze. Like if you wanted to use this for a little bit of paint, it would be perfect. If you just wanted to put this in another container. But I really just like these little containers. Now for $1 for a little container is kind of much. No, we do not have an upscale Dollar Tree. This is big for me. I mean, they had a slight little craft section, but it was really small. And it was weird because they're just getting a few colors of yarn in, but they've had the needles and the crochet hooks forever. But they just really never had what they had to do. I mean, they actually had to like cut into some of the toy section, and they had a lot of wood pieces and things like that. I did get some of these, let's see. This has to do with the project we're doing tonight. I got these eggs at Carolina Pottery, but they're kind of like little splattered eggs. And I forgot my toothbrush. This is something they also had, is these like little, I guess just sticker dots, but they're actually raised. I don't know if you can see that. Not really high, but as much as the half beads that you buy, but enough to where you can stick these on and paint them, and they will give you the effect of a bead, just like these will. So I did grab a couple of packs of those. And when I was making my little tray, got these out, because tonight I'm going to have to do a lot of gluing. All right, so these are another shape that they had too, was just the circle. And what we're going to do tonight, hey Jenna Grace, hey ladies, hey Vicky, thanks. I haven't seen bottles of glitter, only the glitter glue. glue glitter. I don't care for that. Me either. And I'm not really a big glue fan. Like I said, I mean, glitter fan. I just really like those little bottles. I thought that was, you know, neat if you're not wanting it to go everywhere, which it still is going to do. Okay, what we're going to do tonight is make a couple of candlesticks. But they're going to be Easter size candlesticks. Easter style. All right, let me take the, and I really like the fact that they're not putting stickers on these pieces. They're putting like little tags on them because that, like, you know, if you've ever had to get stickers off of things, it's horrible. It sticks to it, and it's like the adhesive never really comes off unless you sand it a lot. And, you know, sometimes it can come through the paint. Okay. And I got this other size, this for the top and this for the bottom, of the second one we're going to make, just to kind of change up the bottom, you know, so your candlesticks aren't identical. Now we're going to paint these and sand the edges really good so they're a little bit smoother on, I mean, they're already smooth, but just to give it a little bit more rounded off on the edge, and on the end is still pretty raw, so you probably want to hit that with a little bit of sanding. Thank you, Lori, for sprinkling. And I got these. Now, they did have them at the Dollar Tree, but you can get a pack for maybe like, you know, a little over $1 at Walmart that has a lot more. And they only had this size and really one that was really short, like maybe a popsicle stick size. But I did get you these so we could see them. And I'm probably in the middle of this going to get Chris to cut these off for me, because I'm pretty sure these will be too tall for candlesticks. It's going to go in a little bit, but if I wanted to make them different sizes, they may be a little too much. All right, but we're going to put some stickers around the edge, and then we're going to paint them up. But I'm going to, ooh, and they have these like little painter's tray, which I know they've always had the little tiny ones, but I like the bigger ones too. All right. So I'm going to sand these a little bit. Hey, from Vermont. Lynn. Let's see. Sanding block. Oh, I've got a good one over here. Those sanding blocks that you can get from the dollar store, they're really rough. They're like a really low grade sanding block. So if you've got to do a lot, this one you only have to hit it a couple times and whatever you're trying to get rid of is gone. Now when you use something finer like this, well, no, not that one, this one, like maybe a 120, 180, you know, it sands really well. You're just gonna have to do it a lot because it's finer. It's for more delicate projects. But this is just a stick of wood, and I don't want to sit here and have to do this all day, so I like the fact that this is rough. And the main reason why I'm doing this is I kind of like when things look a little rustic, but I want my stickers to stick to it really well and flat, so when we paint it, it looks like a wood embellishment on it. Hey, Diane from Maine. All right. Let me get this off my workstation. Now I can see. But what we're going to do, the concept of what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole, put this in the bottom, drill a hole, put this on top. But in the middle, I do have these small ones that I wanted to show you how you can buy them already made. But I feel like these are going to be a little too small. I'd have to use a lot of them. And last year, in a basket, I made a lot of speckled eggs. And I really love this color. You've got your, you know, just robin's egg color, black, just a tan. And so we'll probably do one. I really like this green color, and we can do different size eggs on them. They're just plastic eggs that I painted and splattered on the top of them, just some brown and different color paint. But those are the eggs we're probably going to use. And I'm going to melt them with my glue gun, the holes in them. Did you find the finger protectors? I sure did. You know, you can't miss them. When you go down the aisle, they're hot pink. So, of course, it reminds me to go in there and get the ones I already opened, but I have 2 packs of them. So now I feel like, ooh, I can lose them. I need to get a silicone little pad. I'm just getting some of the little rough edges. Maybe when the machine went around a curve, it just left a little bit of rough edge. All right. I'll tell you about these things from the dollar store that they crumble a little bit. Have like little black, looks like glitter on here, and it's from this coming off. Are you gluing the sticks on? I'm actually gonna drill a hole and glue it. And now I watched a crafter one time. She just put a dollop of glue on it and stuck her stick on it straight up, and it stayed up there. I don't have that luck. So what I did was I got a drill bit that's the same size on here, and I'm going to drill a hole, not very far, just enough for it to cradle in there, and I'm going to put some glue on it too. But you can also put E6000 on it. That's going to make it the sturdiest. You know, something that is going to stick to it. But, you know, the good thing about these eggs is we're not going to make them top heavy because you don't want your candlestick to fall over. And these won't be top. I mean, this will be the most weight we have is this one more stick of wood. All right. There's that set, and we'll do these real quick. Finally found the pans with holes in them. All right, Jill. Hey, Freddie from Keysville. No stickers, laugh out loud. Stickers on what? Hey, beautiful lady. Thank you so much. I've got to figure out how to pronounce your name. You said that people mostly call you Sealy. Hey, Lynn from Keysville. Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Rosemary. All right. Lynn from Keysville, shouldn't you be studying? Oh, that's my sister. She's such a big crafter. She's watching me getting some ideas. She and Freddie just gonna be crafting up a storm. All right. And it looks like that one's got a little dip right there on that side. So be careful of that, especially if you're doing a project like this where you really need it to be level and flat. But the other side looks perfect. So we're good. Trying to keep my station all neat up here. See where we painted our bunny the other night. All right, I stayed up all night last night studying. All right, so you got like a day off. All right, Darlene from New York, Florida, South Carolina. Another Darlene, two Darlenes back to back. One from New York and one from South Carolina. All right. All right, so let's see. I'm going to paint these. I really like the distressed wood, but what we're going to do first is put our antiquing on it, and then we'll put the white on it. You can also paint them black with your chalk paint, and then streak your white over it. But we're going to put the brown on the top of it. Since they're real wood, the brown will stain it really well. All right, Cheryl from North Dakota. You said gluing sticks. I was saying stickers. Gluing sticks. Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry. I am going to glue the stickers. I just want to make sure. I feel like they'll probably stay on there. Well, I don't know. I've never used these, and it's a Dollar Tree product. So even if they probably were good stickers, this is kind of not rough, but a little porous. So I would suggest putting them, even if they stick really well, put glue on just to make sure, because you don't want to, because we are going to like brush over it, and so it'll have a little movement on it that could make them pop off. All right. Let's go. Let's be smart and go with the grain of the wood since they're real. And you can get a Mod Podge out if you don't ever want to go buy a sealant. Like, say if you just wanted a wood stain like this, just take your Mod Podge out. Make sure it's matte so it doesn't have that glossy finish unless you want glossy finish. and just put Mod Podge over it, and it'll seal it just like a sealant does. Like any kind of polyurethane, all that. You're sealing the color or anything in, so it'll work the same. New Jersey, Virginia, Mary from Ohio. I think we've hit all. Texas is about the only one I saw for out west. I think we've hit everybody here, except maybe in Alabama. Normally we have a Mississippi on here in Louisiana. Snowy in Pennsylvania. I'm so jealous. And you're probably, which today it was cold here, but, not for me, which I do have this long sleeve on, and I'm getting hot under this light, so I should have put a shirt on. Put a short sleeve shirt on. If I wear a long sleeve like this, I don't have to wear a coat. But I am getting really hot. Now I'm thinking about, look how red my face is getting just thinking about it. All right. It's a little bit harder on this side. It's soaking it up, this raw wood on the side. All right, that was easy going all the way around. You can come to Ohio and play in the snow. I know, God, wouldn't that be awesome? I'm just probably the only person that wants to be freezing cold. I would love to be cold. It was like maybe in the 50s here, and I came home and I was like, I left the door open. The cats really love it. They go in and out, but they think it's like a treat when I leave the door open and they can go in and out on their own. And of course, Buffy comes in from the golf course and says, I'm cold, can I shut the door? And I was enjoying it so much. Okay, let me take my socks off and maybe I'll cool off. I'm really getting hot. You can come to Ohio. Been snowing here for 3 days now. 1 day hard, 2 days lightly. Ugh, well, it was 75 here Tuesday. And yesterday and today, at least it was in the 50s. But actually pretty. Yesterday was kind of yucky, but today it was cooler and really pretty outside. Hey, Sharon. If you're hopping on, I'm just staining these up. We're going to make some Easter candlesticks tonight. And I got some ribbon out. I think I'm going to light the candlesticks just as they are. But if I did get some ribbon out, so at the end I can show you. You can put, sometimes people like to decorate their candlesticks, but I think that's more for candlesticks that are your everyday candlesticks and you want to make them look like they're holiday. But these will actually have Easter eggs on them, or eggs. So I don't think there will be any mistaking that they're for Easter. But let me get this out so I don't get it all over my hands and these. Get it all over my shirt. Hello. Almost Friday. I know. Oh, what I would give for 75. Oh, well, you can have it. Yeah, Sherry, y'all can have it. What I wouldn't give for like a couple more days, like in the 30s. Because I don't know, it doesn't. Today it didn't. It seemed like it was warmer than 55. Not as warm. The humidity wasn't here. I think if we didn't have the humidity, I wouldn't hate it as much. You can get in the shade, you can come in the house, and it's better here. You're sweating, and you can, be in a walk-in freezer. My mom once shared something where it was a lady, and she was bending over the counter, and when you're going through the grocery store and they have those aisles that are for freezer foods and you bend over and pick it up. And the lady had fallen in or something, and my mama said that it looked like me trying to get cool, or when your whole body you stick it in where you get your frozen vegetables from. I always want to step in it. Yes, I have always lived in Georgia. Same town. I live about 5 miles from where I grew up. I'm real worldly. It's going to be in the single digits here tomorrow. I'm so jealous. Whoa, way too much. Yes, I'm jealous. Nobody else likes the cold like I do, I don't think. I mean, you know, like when it's 100 here, and the humidity makes it like 110 in like August, and then September gets here, and you might have that one cooler day when it's just really getting too much for you to go to the beach in a bathing suit or something. And I always have those friends that are like, oh, where's my beachy weather? I want to go back to the beach. You know, I'm like, wait a couple of days. That, you know, boob sweat weather will be back in Georgia. It's never far from us. They are called coffin cases. Yes, I wish I could lay in that coffin case. Your girls are beautiful. Thank you, Addie. Thank you so much. They were around each other for, I guess, Neely got here Saturday and she left a couple of hours ago. Only one fight. We only had like one argument, and that was good for them. I think they're not used to, one of them's used to, you know, I'm grown, you know, I live on my own, and the other one's like, you know, well, you just can't come in here and change everything. So I think they had really had enough of each other. Because, you know, last night, nobody spoke. We just watched TV. Buffy was in her room. Neely was in my room. And I was like, oh my gosh. It's like you miss them so much. But then you just, you know, after 4 days, you want to clunk their heads together like you did when they were like 15 and 16 fighting over whose socks or something was whose and who left the dishes. I don't know. Bless them. I love them. But yeah. Could still strangle them sometimes. I was a grocery store manager, really, or coffin cases. Yeah, I can see. That sounds about right anyway. Yes, but that's what I'm talking about. Is she had shared, this lady was like, her feet were up in the air and she was leaning over it. And it was like, you know, when you're so hot or something, when menopause got you like, and I was thinking, Mama was like, this reminds me of you. And I was like, yeah. I always stand there when I'm hunting for something in the freezer section. I'm the worst at the grocery store because I don't look through the glass and find what I'm looking for. I open the door so it could just blow on me and just look and hunt for whatever I'm hunting for, just so it would just cool me off, because it's awful. And I'm the only one. And oh my gosh, gaining this like COVID weight in the past few months is not helping either. And you know how you try to, you hadn't dieted and watched what you eat in so long. I think it was yesterday or Tuesday, I was like, okay, I'm going to eat like low carbs and do better. Well, I forgot my lunch here, so I didn't eat anything, and I'm not a morning person. But I didn't eat any lunch. So when I got here at like 3 o'clock was my first meal. So of course, you know, by then I'm starving. So then I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Buffy had cooked some shrimp fried rice, and so that was my meal. I'm trying to cut back on carbs, and I ate rice. And we're all gaining that COVID weight. I'm telling you, I don't think I did all year until about October, and I think I just got it in my mind, oh, well, I don't have to really watch it right now, you know, because we'll have time and all that before I have to like work. I mean, I don't even know what I was thinking, because, you know, the older you get, it's harder to lose weight, so. And you come up with all kind of excuses. You know, you have them, like right now with me doing this at 7:30, I'm like, oh, well, I really can't go to the Y tonight because I got to do this live. And all right. So we got all that. Now I'm going to put these little stickers on here before I put like the whitewash on it. And I did bring out the smaller ones, but I think they're a little too small. I thought I brought 2 packs. Yeah, there's the other pack. Because it says it has 60 count in it, but I didn't really know how I'd want to space them out, or if I'd want to try to put them close together. And you only get 1 sheet, so they make you think you get all this, but you don't. Hey from Illinois, I'm late. What are you making? We're making candlesticks tonight, Sandy. How do you handle the summer? It's not good. I keep my air conditioner on 67 and everybody freezes. I'm like, you can go in your room, put more clothes on, but you know, I can't. I already woke up this morning where I had my fan on me, and I guess the only thing outside of my colors was right here on my face. And as I guess if you've never had hot flashes, you don't understand. You feel it internally, but on the outside, you could just feel normal. So like I can remember this morning waking up and I didn't feel cold or anything, but I happened to touch my face and my face was just freezing cold. It didn't feel that way on the inside, but I was pretty cold. You were bad on me. I snack while I watch you every night. Yeah, don't even blaming that COVID weight on me now. Because we have no excuse now. See, yeah, they feel pretty sticky. But I don't see how it's kind of sliding. I don't think it's going to stick really well. But I'm just going to put just a little bit on here. Because I don't think it's going to take much. And mine gets so hot. These feel like one of those like little metallic sticker. So you could melt it if you use something too hot. But yeah, that's working pretty well. Okay. Oops. And you can see it's not too much of a hump, but it's going to slightly give us that hump. I mean, you could also take this and put it on top of it because we're going to put a painting technique on it. So I don't care about the color. Hey, girl, hey, Kay, you feel like a volcano's about to erupt. Yes. I mean, you just eternally, I feel like smoke's coming out of my ears. It's not, but that's what you feel like. I mean, I'm like, I want to tell Chris sometimes, like, touch my right here. I've got to be like feverish. And he's like, you just feel fine. And I'm like, okay, damn. It is just me. And I can tell when they have touched that thermostat. I don't know if y'all were like this, but I mean, it could be 1 degree different in this house. And I'm like, who touched the thermostat? And Chris says I'm just crazy, but it's not craziness because I'll go over there and it has been touched. I'm like, if I ever walk over there and it still says 67, then I'm crazy. But I'll walk over there and it's like 2 degrees or 1 degree hotter. And I think about that's how I'm going to space them. But I think you'd have enough if you were just making one. You could put them right beside each other. Better put those finger protectors on. I got them too. Look at me, y'all. And you can go so much faster when you use them too. Let's see, where are they hiding? Right here. All right. Put those, I know, look at me all being able to go fast, even though I think I have it on the wrong one. I need it on this finger. Yep. That's the finger I need to put it on. The second one. I used to let the snow blow on me when I had hot flash. Yes, I mean, you gotta do something. I'm going to do about 3 dots in advance because my glue gun gets a little bit hotter. So I really have a little bit more time to work with it than your just regular hot glue. And you just have to gauge your hot glue gun to see how many you can with yours. Now I'm using this finger, y'all. I think it's because I can't grab them with this. Yeah. Hey, Sam, watching from Spokane, Washington. Spokane. Okay, It looks like it's gonna look up and even out just about perfect, but perfect enough for me, because y'all see I'm just eyeballing it. If you put them right next to each other, that would be easy, and I think you'd probably use a little bit more, but all the way around. And what I'm gonna do in between each one so they can be drying, because I have to work with them so much, is I'm gonna get my paint out. I think this is on its last leg, but we'll see. Yeah, I've got skosh more in there. And we may just make one. That way it won't take up so much time. Use the protector to push them down. I think it's because I was having to pick it up, then push it down. I was doing it with not the right finger. See, I'm watching now. She's using the other finger. I was not doing that. I was kind of doing that backwards. Let's see. Okay. I'll do a little whitewashing on here. I think on the other one, I'm going to put them right next to each other. I probably like that better. I mean, I like this, but we'll try either or. Fingers right on those, and I don't want any of that blue coming through. And we'll distress them a little bit with our antiquing, or a little bit. I don't want to sand the because it may pop them off. I think you just got paint on your shirt. Did I? Probably. Did I see? No, I had this on here earlier. No, I don't think so. I think I might have dropped toothpaste or something on it. All right, let's see. Let's do this one, and we'll see how it sticks to it. Now, this one's probably going to be a little weird because it's got those little peaks on it that, I can't put up. So I'm going to put 3 right there. All right, let's see how this does. Guess I could. We'll try something real quick. Don't know how it's going to turn out. Cut it. And put the other half down right beside it. Let's see. Where did your wooden rounds come from? I'm glad you asked. They came from the Dollar Tree, in the craft section of the Dollar Tree. Ours actually got a little bit updated. Now, how well they're going to restock it will probably be the main question. Now, that's not too pretty to look at, like, while it's still blue, but I think I'll get away with, because it's extremely flat once I paint it. Okay, but I am putting these close to each other. Okay. Since this takes so long, we will just do 2. I mean, we'll just do 1 candlestick. And I'll do the other one with her. Hey, Jackson. Jackson, are you in Athens? Oh, I can hold it straight down on that hot glue. It's the hot flashes. They make you all off kilter. Which, taking my socks off helped. I was just hot. Which, I'm still hot right now. Okay. Okay, this one I might have to cut a little bit too, but let me see if I can put glue on it and hold it down. Since I got this, I can just hold it straight down on there. Yes, I'm in Athens. You just don't like those finger protectors. You try, but I always use the finger that's bare. I probably do. And it makes it so, it really does make it easier. I ought to make myself get used to them because they're, I can put it on there and put it straight down on there. Okay, this is one I'm gonna have to probably cut like I did the other one. Okay, now where'd the little piece go? Come on. Is it stuck to my finger? Gracious. Oh well, it's probably right in my face and y'all probably can see it. When I got hot flashes, I would have taken earrings off. It would have held. Yes, I'm talking about, I know, but you know, you only can come out of so much. And then you're like, okay, I've got to keep some of my clothes on. And that's why I tell the girls, and they're like, it's just so hot in here, Mama, it's ridiculous. And I'm like, I mean, baby, if I could, you know, take off everything and I cool off, I'd just sit in my room. Trust me, I would. But even when I take it all off and I'm sitting there, I still have a fan blowing on me and all kind of stuff. And poor Jackson can attest to how cold his Aunt Cynthia keeps it in her house. They come here and touch my thermostat when it's like the holidays. I'm like, who does that? Who comes into somebody else's house and touches their thermostat? And I have one of those thermostats that can lock them out. And I kind of keep saying I don't want to put a code in there and lock them out. But if they touch it again, I will. Underneath the wood. All right. Underneath the wood. Underneath the wood. Underneath the... I don't see it, but we'll find it in a minute. Okay. This is kind of time consuming. Well, we got almost there. It's stuck to my shirt or fell on the floor. Still on the scissors. That I would not doubt now. Like when people are looking for their glasses and they're on their head, Chris does that all the time. All right, so I'm really thinking, I did this one close together. So I think if I would have done the other one close together, for this particular size, you would need, ooh, look at that. It's on the wood, y'all are so right. For this particular project, you'd probably need a whole pack just to do two, if you wanted to put them close together on both. Because I think I'm gonna have just enough left here to where if I wanted to do them close on the other one that I could. My grandkids mess with my thermostat. Thank you, Lenore, for sprinkling. Yes, I mean, I got one of those. I could put a code in it and lock them all out. And I mean, big as I am now, that I've gained some more weight these past couple of months. I mean, I don't really have to like go ahead and put that when it gets hot here. Yeah, they can just forget it. It's gonna be cold in Aunt Cynthia's house, our mama's house. Poor Chris. He'll come to sleep some nights with a hoodie on and pants. I mean, and he won't complain that he goes, I'm fine. Now that I have this on, I'm thinking that's why I want Neely and Buff to do is just put some clothes on and go to sleep. I mean, you can warm up. It's just kind of hard just to cool off on your own. Because Neely go, I feel so sorry for Daddy's freezing. I'm like, you get over it. What is sprinkling? Darlene, they don't like you to like ask your people to share and like spread the love, whatever you want to call it. So for whatever reason, before I started doing live videos, a lot of people just say sprinkle. So it just kind of means sharing. I mean, I guess Facebook police will call me, but I don't know why you can't say it. But for some reason, they don't want you to say it. Now, it's a little sloppy as far as like my glue is not too pretty on it. But once I paint it, you know, any of the, you know, the colors and all that, which looks like a red light on it, is not going to matter. All right. Then we get to the power tool part. Oh, yeah, I like it closer together. Should have did that on the first one. I really like it closer together. Oops, a couple of little spider webs. Yeah, the closer together I like a lot better. I almost want to snatch them other ones off of the other one. But I won't. While y'all are on here. And you can paint these like if you have gray tones in your living room. Like I said, you could have put a black chalk paint underneath instead of the stain. I tend to do that more on pieces that we do that aren't wood, just that maybe like that pressed stuff. But I would suggest not to sand those. I mean, I think they're on there pretty well, but they could pop off. And that would kind of be aggravating, having to re-glue them and all that. All right, so let's put that to the side. And this is kind of dry, so we'll be able to do the back. Ooh, it's hot in here. My father-in-law used wood heat, and girl, it was 300 degrees, felt like always when visited. Oh my gosh, I used wood heat. You know, like Chris's grandmother, you know, like it's going to get to the point where we're probably going to have to spend a night over there a lot. And I mean, I could, but she'll want to keep her house 80-something in the summer when it's 90-something outside. I mean, it's hard for me to go in there and stay in there for very long, you know, when she's got the heat up like that. And Chris knows, I'm like, we would have to get like one of those little air conditioners to set in the room, you know, where I could like cool it down like to 30 in my room, like a hotel sat down on like, you know, sub-zero. All right, so that's not bad. I think that you might need a couple more if you would have went close all the way around it, but we still have some left for the other side. All right, let's put this on here. I'm probably gonna need to open. Look, y'all. Here's one of the ones that went flying. And we'll distress them a little bit with the, I got to figure out how to make Chris's computer not go to sleep. You can't take so much. Yeah, you can only take so much off, and then you just hot. And then, you know, they have company here or something, you know, and I'm just wanting to lay out here with no clothes on. And I do have shorts and a tank top that, you know, I will put on when I'm in my own home, but I might not want anybody to see me in them. You know, and so I'm like, yeah, I love y'all, but we turned this air conditioner on. And I'll be poor. My light bill would be sky high, but I used to tell them a long time, I'm like, when you go to the bathroom, just pee in the dark. Don't turn any lights on if you're worried about the air conditioner bill, because trust me, that air conditioner is going to stay running. I don't buy expensive shoes and expensive clothes, so my husband's got to deal with a high electric bill. Closer together, it's got to like, looks like it would have a tendency to paint a clump on the side, but you just have to, you know, give it a little bit more drying time. All right, so I'm going to get this out. You know how I like to rub it with my fingers, but, you know, get a sponge out or anything you want to use. And I made a mess in this cap earlier. I wore shorts and a St. Not to bed every night when I'm wearing. I can't even do that. You have paint on your top. Do I? No, it's a string. But right here, I think I got toothpaste on my shirt this morning. It's like 2 little dots. But if it's somewhere I can't see it, probably on my arms. Is that where I've gotten it? I don't see it though, but I'm 64. I just don't know what a hot flash is. Well, bless you. It's a good thing. I always thought it's because I had kids young. Like, you know, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. That's why I went into it early at 40. All right. What? Huh?
I sent you a text. I meant to send it to you.
On what?
Where you from?
Oh, I saw something come through, but I didn't look up. I figured it was just somebody sending me a text, but I didn't see who it was from. Thank you. Neely got it. It's the new Fitbit. They kind of look like Apple Watches. But it comes with like a black band. Me and my birthday is 2 days after Christmas, so she gave me I'm just doing a little distressing on the edge. She gave me the band off of Amazon, and it's like one whole band. I have some bands to replace it that you know, have like the separate top and the little sides, but this is actually one whole piece that my sister had one at Christmas. And she said, oh, I got it from Amazon. And so Neely said, that's what you want for your birthday? And I was like, yes. So she ordered that for me. Really sweet. You know, she got a big girl job, so she got us some big girl presents this year. It was really sweet. I'm just distressing it a little bit around. I'm really trying to get it on the knots right now, but not too much. I mean, the little sticker knots is what I mean. Okay. This I kind of want to do with a brush a little bit. Because I actually want it to be a little streaky. Like a piece of wood. Let me dry my brush. My sister, we're at 45. Me too. We are birthday twins. Oh, are you, Lynette? Your birthday is 2 days after Christmas? Sucks, doesn't it? I hate it. Who can compete with Jesus for their birthday? Okay. I just did some little streaks across the top. You can actually add a little color into this if you want to use any blue, pinks. I didn't bring the I've got this like lighter green that I could mix with this, but moss is the color that I did the eggs in it. Let's see, because I'll show you. I have a white, a blue, I think I did tan, which is a truffle color. That's another white, but I do have, I think I did one, no, I did two of them. These like more green, but it's the lighter green that I really like, this. And it just has white and brown like specks on them. And I just used a dry toothbrush, old toothbrush, and flaked them on here with my hands. And I'm hoping I have the same sizes. But like I said, I made these just out of plastic eggs, but you can buy them. I got these at Carolina Pottery, but Hobby Lobby, Michael's have them for you. This is a real pretty color too, that like eggshell, robin's egg blue. I think I'm gonna have to use two big ones if I want to use. I think I have two of each. Yep. Well, no, here's another little one, and looks like there's another green one in here, and I also have one in the other bag. Okay, so I probably can use the green ones, little ones. I mean, I think the big ones would be good if you think they're on your paint stick, but I just don't want to use different sizes. I want to use the same size. So I'm thinking maybe all three of those are going to work good for me. But the only thing is these plastic ones, I don't know if they're going to melt as well as these smaller ones. I could, you know, take the time to drill holes in them, and I probably would. But I know these other ones will melt, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. We'll put these, let me get these out of the way. My daughter's birthday is Christmas Day. Yes, awful. I have some friends that their birthdays are on Christmas Day. That's got to be even worse than mine. My grandson and nephew's birthday, Christmas Day. Happy Thursday Eve. You too, Karen. Hey, Karen, you're one of the ones, and I've got it over there, that you didn't send me your address, or I couldn't find it if you did, to send you your merchandise. There were like 4 of you, and I can remember yours is one name that I was looking for, because you had like 2 or 3 things, I think. So if you still want it, let me know now. If not, I'll just stick it in somebody else's bag, because I had 3 other people that I still have yours for that I didn't get your address, and I forgot your names yesterday to send you something. Okay, what I'm talking about on here, I don't really want to open this whole bag. Okay, and these I got from Pottery Barn, but from Carolina Pottery, but like I said, any craft store is going to have them. They're really cute, but these are the small ones, and they're not really, I mean, they're like a plastic, but they're hollow. Like these are, but they're that kind of, I don't know what that kind of material is. It almost feels in between plastic and cardboard. It's really light, but I know these, you can set your glue gun on and it will melt them. And they're not hollow, so I'll have to go all the way through it. But you just go on the other side. Ooh, I could go get my styrofoam. I didn't think they felt plastic, but it's going on down in there. And I could just poke that all the way through. Oh, it has a piece of toothpick in it for whatever reason. And you would just put those all the way down on your stick. But these are really tiny, so it was just kind of my example ones. But we're going to do that to these other and see how they do. If not, we got our drill. But let's, before we move on, get this a little, thank you for sprinkling. Do you get my address? Yes, Judy, I did. I knew yours because I had 2 Judys. But no, it was, I know Karen was like the last one when I got to, because she had something we had towards the end. But it was, I brought my piece of paper home. Well, I know they're actually out in my car, but I'll get Chris to go get them. He don't mind going to get it for me. Okay, I just did a few little streaks on that one. And, oh, we don't have these painted, but let me do the little sides while I have this out. This on the base. I'm not gonna worry about doing the other side right now because this is the base, so we can move on. I emailed you. And listen, that's what I was gonna tell you. If anybody, I didn't get any emails. And I even checked my spam because I thought there were a couple of you that wanted the little Easter bunny cutout. I have it scanned on my computer, but I didn't have anything on my email, and I even went into my spam and looked. So try it again, Karen, to email. Oh, listen, I know what it is. What's on my Facebook is not I don't check that email every day. I forget that. I will go back right now and I'll reply to this comment when it's over, and I'll reply my email address where I'll see it, and I'll get it and put it on there. Because I didn't get any emails for anybody who might have wanted that bunny pattern. Church 3430, yeah, lowercase letter church 3430 at bellsouth.net, not .com, .net. But I didn't see any. But I'll go back and look. Just maybe try to send it again. Okay, I'm going to kind of eyeball the center here, and we'll... And let's see. I'm just going to go just a little bit into my wood. Just enough to... set my stick in and set the glue in it. All right, so it's going in probably about, let me do it a little bit further down. Okay. And I'm just gonna fill it up. Well, I don't wanna do that yet. I'm just gonna put it in here temporarily because if I wanna cut this off, I wanna be able to pull it back out. All right, so we're just gonna set it in there. Straight up and down, like so. Nothing fancy. It's only in there maybe a centimeter or two. I just resent for you from Karen 70390. Okay, I'll look for it. All right. And we'll do the top, but we don't know yet how long we need them to be. See, I wasn't able to like stand them up because you want it to be, you're going to have to perfectly know how to cut them. And let's see if this is going to let me melt it. It's going in slowly. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, but it's not going to be big enough. Okay. Girls and power tools. They're the best. All right, let's see. Now let's melt that a little bit more. It is plastic, so it's melting. So you just have to give it. I'm being impatient. Okay. So I'm going to do the other side, and we're going to do it all the way down. And I mean, maybe I'll make one a little bit taller. They're extremely light. You hear them. They're hollow. They're extremely light, so you're not going to really have any weight. So I wouldn't say you could go, you know, 1.5 feet, but probably the length of this. We just may have to cut it off to see how far it is. Now, hopefully, I can be pretty straight on what's the top. It seems like they've got these little creases where they come together, so I'm going to kind of go on that. You know, which one's the top and one's the bottom. And it's melting it. Okay, so let's see. There you go. Now, like my eggs are already painted, I would suggest you paint your eggs. You can put glitter on them. You can do anything. And y'all, I really started thinking, the carrot that we did last night, because the top, it's open from the bottom of the toilet paper, and then the top, even though we had floral in the top, you could put your carrot right on here. I almost wish I may get Chris to run in there and get it. I just resent you. Oh no, that sounds like a dentist. You could put beads in between each one. Yeah, to kind of find about, because I don't think this is something, I could probably cut it with my industrial scissors I have here, but if not, Chris has that little saw out there. He can cut it real fast, but I told him just to be on standby because I didn't know until I started, and I didn't want to melt these without y'all seeing how to do it. But I'm just taking the tip of my gun, and I really believe that it's not just my gun, your regular hot glue, because it's just plastic. Just got to make sure I have it right on the top. But it smells horrible, I know that. Melting plastic. Okay. All right, let's do the bottom and see. And you'll just have to gauge on how big your dowel is that you use. And this is what I was saying by, you can put a bow on it at the end. You can put florals on the top of it just like you would a regular candlestick if you wanted to decorate it. But it's kind of unnecessary when you know what it's gonna be. So we're gonna make like we'll say a tall one. I hate to make it ugly just because I'm making it tall, but maybe I'll make this one with 4 and the other one with like 3 or 2, because you don't want your candlesticks. I don't want mine to ever be, I don't ever buy 2 identical ones. I always like the grouping of 3 that has 3 different heights. That's kind of more my style. I hate when you buy something that's the same size, because I think I have a pair up here and I just have to sit them next to each other. All right, there we go. There's that one. And these are the eggs that you can get from Walmart, Dollar Tree. They almost just have a real bland color. When you pick them up, they're in that like little real egg crate looking carton, and they're meant for you to draw on, color. They're very lightweight. That's all these were. And I just painted them with chalk paint. All right, there we go. So they have 3. I think 3 would probably be a good standard thing to go, but we're just going to do 4 just to do it. Why not? Oh no, that sounds like the dentist. Got to go. I watched the replay. All right, thank you for watching, Diana. Are we doing good on time? 8:30. 1 hour. All right. Here we go. I think these would be really pretty with the big ones. Like if you got 2 of your big ones and had them, maybe I'll do the other one with just 2 big ones that'll be shorter. Okay. This is the one that I'm probably going to get Chris. And while it's still warm, you can really make your stick go through it if it's not quite big enough. I let that one kind of get hard. This one too. I mean, or not cool off. All right, there we go. It's 4, and you can just turn them however you've, splattered them. I just like them the real little egg shape. So let's see. We have this one in here. And that's going to be so... Chris! All right. And while he is I don't want to take a chance, y'all. I'm just kind of scared he'll mess my eggs when he cuts that. All right, let me tell him to come cut this for me. Will you come cut this for me? Y'all, he's probably the sweetest person on the planet. Okay, and while he's cutting this, I am going to put the hole in the other one. Hey, will you just miter saw that real fast right there for me? See it? Thank you. All right. I'm trying to see which one is the prettier side. I think it's that one. Okay, find the center. What looks to be the center. Well, I mean, I don't, okay, thank you. I probably could have cut it, but I wanted to make sure. And I don't know how to make your mat not go to sleep. It seems like you know how to do that, but I have to keep re-entering. My husband sits next to me while I'm watching you, and he's always saying that, what the heck are you watching? I always tell him I'm watching you. He shakes his head and laughs. I did my church good deed today. Took my neighbor friend popsicle because he has a colostomy, a colonostomy tomorrow. Ugh, that's when they have to drink that stuff. Ugh.
What's going on with the computer?
It goes to sleep.
How?
It's going like by about every 5 minutes. Like if I touched it, it probably wouldn't, but it's going to sleep because I'm not touching it.
I'll fix it tomorrow.
Okay.
After the show.
All right, y'all. Let me put these on here since I'm gonna have to wiggle it and all that. Yeah, because it seems like the first few times you gave it to me, it didn't do that. I think Neely probably did that when she was messing with it.
I can do it now.
Oh, it's all right. I'm almost done. Thank you. Your husband, you know he secretly likes watching craft shows. Kim. All right. Oh my gosh, should he do it too short? Okay, no. But I mean, I think he barely left me any room. Okay. And there's no way I can tell him. I think it's still gonna be okay. Okay, that's not the bottom. This is the bottom. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let's fill this up with glue. Well, I don't have a glue stick in here. Y'all, this is gonna be, I think, super cute. Probably put too much glue in it, but change the power setting so it takes longer to go to sleep. Yes, but it's on his Mac, and I don't know how to, I kind of know how to use it, but not really. I mean, it's so complicated. Why do they have to make a nice, expensive computer complicated? Is this like the bunny cut, giggling? Yeah, no, I'm giggling because I thought he cut it too short. Okay. Sounds like there's a piece in there I might have knocked loose when I was, okay. All right, please go down there far enough to hide the, yes. Except it looks like it needs to go a little bit further. Like it's just gonna show just like that little, oops. Okay. But like you said, you could kind of put beads between them if you didn't want to worry about making it to the size. But y'all, this is going to be too damn cute. I don't want to mess with it till it dries. I can pick it up and turn it over and it'll fall all apart. Listen, I really think if you use these bigger eggs, if you make one this tall, you'll like it. I mean, I still like it. I mean, how rustic does that look? I mean, y'all, we used this was $1. I had this, the dowels were like 10 for $1. So we've got like $2.10 in it so far. Just like the bunny cat, I used to do crafts all the time. I have to say, I enjoy watching you overdoing them these days. Thank you so much. It's super cute. I think it is too. I mean, like you could put an adorable bow on it if you wanted to bring like any kind of color in, a jute bow. But I mean, just being the eggs to me kind of speaks for itself. That is an Easter. I mean, I guess really you could technically turn it either way. I mean, I don't like the eggs going down like that, but you really could. But I love it, y'all. And it's really light, but it looks kind of from this distance. I'm really loving the really close together down here. I wish I kind of would have done that from the top, but it still kind of looks different to where, but yet still the same. I love that, y'all. So I'm going to do the other one. But I'm going to put these close to each other like this. And I think I'm just going to put the 2 eggs in this one. And I'll let you know. I feel like with this hard, like little cheap plastic eggs is what they start off. And I'm probably going to have to drill the holes in them. I think it would probably melt, but I'd have to leave my glue gun there a long time. But I think if I had this, you know, so then I'm going to have two different sizes here. Let's get that into view for you. Y'all, I really love this color too. I mean, these are going to be white like that and that. So you'll have 2 different sizes. And I think, and yet, even though the eggs are different colors, I mean, shapes, they still go together because it's just the same painting technique, just different size eggs. Maybe on a taller one, big ones would have kind of been better. But you just play around with it. I mean, you could make dozens of them. I mean, you think if you went to Hobby Lobby, you have to wait till they go on sale 50% off, then you still pay like 15 bucks for them a piece. I had it 2 nights in a row. That is cute. And yes, the color is right. Yeah, I love this green. And it was, if you go in the Waverly chalk paint, it was the moss color. It really is kind of like a sage green color. And they have it all the time. It's in their chalk paint. And the paint that I have on here is you really can't splatter paint your antiquing because it's kind of like wax, so it tends to clump a little more. But just take an old toothbrush, or you can take a new one, like just get some of those at the dollar. It's like a pack of them. And when it's dry, you put it in your paint. And the only thing I'll tell you is this does seem to get really messy. So if you want to do it in an area, make sure even on the floor next to you, because you're going to just flick the bristles. And I say a toothbrush really works because you want it to be really bristly, really dry, and that a toothbrush just seems to work. But if you have like a good brush, I don't think I have it. Well, I do have my paint brushes out, but if you had one that had really good stiff brushes, kind of like these, they would tend to work. I don't know if that's almost like a horsehair brush, but it's real short and dry. Like old brushes that you tend to use a lot, that one would probably be okay. But you want the bristles to be short and a lot of them and really dry. And I did mine different. Like on some of them, you know, if you're using a really dark color, you know, you can put, I've got white and brown on the specs, but you can actually put other colors. Like you can put a little blue. If you do brown ones, you can actually put a little bit of your robin's egg blue specks on them. That's really up to you, how you like it. Yeah, dry brushes are going to be your best bet. And y'all, I really like this either way. I mean, I don't like that my eggs are going down, but I do like these. I didn't think I would. That has the little sculpted thing, but I think even if you had that, another one, which I think I brought one out here, if you had another one on top, they're going to be around the same weight. So I think it would be just as cute if we would have put another one of these on top instead of the round one. So just play around with it. I mean, just think if you, not with the eggs, but you have stars that we'll figure out something, red, white, blue. You have your stars, you have your heart ones. just play around with it because you can make everyday ones. And I like styrofoam, different balls to go all the way up. Beads on there would be really good. The only thing is you'd have to get a little dowel because the holes in them, unless you took your drill bit and did the wooden beads bigger, because they would not thread through here. Really cute. In a farmhouse kitchen, you could leave it all out all the time. Yeah, I mean, I love this. So I'm starting to put my Easter on the fireplace in my bedroom, so I'll be able to take pictures in there, y'all, for the things we do. Well, thank you so much, and we did that in an hour and 15 minutes again. But I know I haven't been doing Friday nights because we're coming on Sunday, but if I come across anything good, I will see y'all tomorrow. If not, I will see y'all Sunday night, and have a good weekend.